Hello, this is HC Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3! Let's continue through the pyramid and try to find that magic key. Now, I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out, but there's little buttons here. Let's push the button. No, you push the button. I push the button. But anyway, you want to push that one on the right. You don't want to push the one over here! Yeah, because that's the wrong one. Now, I don't know how you're supposed to know that there's buttons there. I suppose the way you're supposed to figure out the solution to the puzzle is, oh, we got a new battle. Okay. Yeah, the way you're supposed to figure it out, I think, is from the children's riddle there. I don't know if maybe some of that was lost in translation or something or whatever, so, but they did give you the Explorer's Handbook, so I suppose that works. But anyway, so you gotta push that one over there. Let's kill this guy off. Now, if you have a wizard in your party and you've got enough MP, you could use Firebane on those mummies there, and it would work really well. Why they're tougher than the mummy men, or no, why the mummy men are tougher than they are, I don't know. You got me on that one, Goose. But anyway, let's use a medical herb there. Trying to save my MP at all costs. You could even use Fireball on those mummies if you like. But yeah, like I said, I'm just conserving my MP. So now, to solve the puzzle, you want to push the button on the left there. And if you kind of heard that over me talking, then some boulders moved out of the way. Let's go check that out. This is what we call using NES logic, viewers. Do things that you wouldn't do, like search walls for secret passages. Yeah, you played The Legend of Zelda back in the day, you learned how NES logic worked. Now we got a useless vitality seed, but in this chest we get the mighty magic key. Alright. Nice thing about the magic key is that, unlike Dragon Warrior 2, it's backwards compatible. So you don't need to hold on to the thief's key anymore. Obviously the magic key opens up the magic doors, but you don't need the thief's key anymore. So just drop it off back at the vault there. So that's pretty nice. Alright, there's one of those doors. I don't think that's a thief's key door. No, it doesn't work. Oh, hey, get down there, Ragnar. There we go. Okay, so let's use a magic key there. Alright, let's not open these treasure chests yet. It's a trap! Let's head on up here first instead. There we go. By the way, with that magic key, you can go back to like a whole bunch of towns and stuff and obviously open up the magic key doors that you missed earlier. That stairway to the right there, that just leads to a dead end there. So, nothing over there, but here we get the flashy clothes. Oh, I thought that would be that swimsuit that I saw earlier. I was going to comment on it here, not back there, but oh well. Ignore the revealing swimsuit, viewers. It's completely worthless, even though it costs that much gold, but okay, so, now let's start disarming some traps. No, this is not Ultima 3. But here, what's going on? Who dares to raid my treasure? You insolent fools! Yeah, whenever you open up any one of these 12 chests, you get to fight these guys. Oh, holy crap, Christo's low on HP. This could be bad, folks. I was going to use Infernos, but I have to have him parry now. I forgot to heal him. Okay, well, normally what you're supposed to do in this battle is have your priest or your wizard use Fireball or Infernos there. Yeah, you may want to heal yourself there. You too there. I'm down to my last couple medical herbs. But yeah, I'm supposed to use Infernos to soften them up, so that way everyone else can finish them off. Ow! Nuts! Now what I'm going to do with all these chests, because I really don't feel like editing out 12 battles, one right after the other. So I'm just going to open them all up off screen there, and I'll put a list of what I got in the video description there, so I don't have to edit this out over and over and over again. And I may or may not meet you back at ISIS. I'll think about it, but I'm going to open all these off screen and move on from there. Alright, well, I'm alive. Sort of. I'm out of MP and medical herbs, but I managed to open up all the treasure here. Yeah, you may want to make a second trip for that, viewers, but, well, I like to live on the edge. Not exactly an ideal location. But anyway, I'm just gonna meet you back at the entrance of the pyramid with after resting up at the end there, so that way I can get more treasure here. Alright, we're back at the pyramid. So let's go do some more treasure hunting. Right over here! Yeah, we fall down here. This is that area that we were told about earlier where you can't use your spells. By the way, speaking of spells, I actually learned a new spell for the hero there, actually a little while ago, called Iron Eyes. What it does is it makes everyone into iron, so the enemies can't hurt you. But you can't hurt them either. I guess it's supposed to be useful for figuring out what your enemy's attack pattern is, but anyway, I just wanted to show you, here's how you get out of the basement there. But I don't want to do that just yet. We want to head back down here, because there's some hidden treasure here. And apparently a hidden encounter rate here. One thing that's interesting about, well, first off, there's a stairway there, so it's a secret passage. But yeah, one thing that's interesting about Iron Eyes, I think you use it first in every round, no matter what. So, but anyway, you can't use your magic down here. So, that's why I've got 4 medical herbs. I don't think I'll need them, but you never know. And we also run into some new enemies, Shadows. Mr. Shadow? No, just ordinary shadows. But what we want to do with these guys is, because what they do is, and they don't announce this either, but they will mimic some other monster that you've already met up with in the game, based on your level or something like that. They'll mimic their attack pattern, essentially, and it's a random effect. They never announce it or anything like that. And for some reason, they'll try to cast spells down here, even though enemies cannot cast spells down here either. So it's a double-edged sword for them. But anyway, there's one thing that I want to get down here. I don't know how you're supposed to figure out to get down here. I can't get on top of that. Well, I'm going to examine it anyway. Inside, we get the golden claw. Alright, let's give that to the fighter. That'll be good for her. Now, actually, the thing with the golden claw, it has a lot more attack power, but you will have a drastically increased encounter rate. So it's really good for level grinding, not so much here. So I'm going to want to ditch that as soon as I can. And, well, I've shown you the way out, so I'll just meet you out there with this high encounter rate, and then I'll meet you back at Isis. You know what? I lied. I'm going to meet you back at Alliance first. So I just returned back here. Now, you want to have the golden claw for level grinding later, but I'm not going to do any level grinding for quite some time right now. So what I want to do is I want to leave that here. 1,500 gold to pick it up? No way, man! There's another way you can get around that cost. Yeah, I don't want to have to pay 1,500 gold every time I want to do some level grinding. So, here's what I'm going to do. First, you want to leave someone behind. Yeah, sure. Let's leave Crystal behind. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you and your spells and your lack of defense. Yeah, but now, I want to add someone else to my party. So, sure, why not? Anyone. Add another wizard to my party. Why not? There we go. And I think that's everything I want to do there. Thanks a lot. Now what I want to do here is take that golden claw, give it to the useless party member. Then I'm going to get rid of the party member there and just leave them behind. So that way, it's sort of like adding more vault space without actually having to pay 1,500 gold every time you want to pick it up. So that's pretty nice. It's a little way of kind of getting around that problem, so that way you can still use it later. And the golden claw's effect on your encounter rate, that only works if you are, if it's in your active party. So I'm not worried about someone else back there at the Luis's place there, having that golden claw. Not worried about it at all. So there we go. That's kind of nice. So yeah, if you want to do that, is it cheating? Yeah, I suppose it is, but you know, I don't want to have to spend 30 hours level grinding. Well, okay, maybe it's not 30 hours, but you know what I mean, viewers. It's a lot. So let's use a magic key while we're here. Haha! Oh, thanks. I'm just gonna ransack all your treasure here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, all that treasure that we got back at the pyramid there, that was mostly just useless junk like we're getting here. I mean, there was like some seeds, medical herb. I mean, I'll list it in the video description there, but whatever. Okay, soldier, now I need you to get out of the way. Oh, thanks for the fighting suit after I don't need it anymore. Yeah, no way I'm waiting this long to get that. Okay, well that's everything we can do here. Yeah. So what I want to do... Oh, I don't have enough MP. Okay, well, what I want to do is go back home to Mom, restore my MP, and then I'll meet you back at Isis there. Alright, we're back at Isis here at nighttime, so things are a little different around here. People are sleeping at the inn there. That guy's not there. What happens here anyway at night? I wasn't thinking about this, but sure, I'll ask the guy. So you got a thief's key door, but you can just use the magic key. I dropped that off at the vault off screen there. Okay. I don't know what that was. Did he say something in the Japanese translation? I don't know, viewers. You got me on that one. No one's here. Well, where'd they go? Well, I guess they went home. I guess they wanted to go to their home. But anyway, the reason I wanted to come here was to come here during the nighttime with the magic key, so that way I can get some treasure. Unlike most other castles, this one is open during the night. So, there's some interesting things that you can do while you're here. Apparently, she's a crazy cat lady. But anyway, at nighttime, all the guards are asleep, leaving us to get this treasure. So, hope you don't mind if I help myself to this stuff, guys. Thanks. I don't think there's anything particularly interesting here, but, well, I mean, it's free, so why not? You know? Ah, there we go. Finding all these free wings of the Wyverns, but I don't like using them because I like just walking everywhere I go, so that way I can, you know, that way I can get the experience from walking around, fighting enemies. It's probably why I'm slightly over leveled. Usually I don't get up to these levels until the next dungeon, but, well, during this LP, the encounter rate has been unusually high. Aside from, like, the Golden Claw, but I mean, like, even without that, you know, I'm just, you know, gaining levels a little faster than I usually do, so... Alright, we got a Poison Moth powder. What that does, if you remember from earlier, use it on an enemy, it casts a Chaos spell, which confuses them. And I'll explain where that could be useful later, but not right now. How's it go? Oh, okay. So who's in charge now? No, I think they mean that she went to sleep, not... Oh, no, I don't want to equip the door! No, I want to use the magic key on the door. I'll go for a little length on this video today, because I want to get through as much of the magic key stuff as I can. Oh, okay. So, what are they doing here? Don't answer that, viewers. Just don't. How's it going? What's going on? Ah, well there we go. Okay, sure, why not? Let's search the ground, and here we get a wizard's ring. Just like in Dragon Warrior 2, you use that as an item outside of battle, and it could restore some MP to you, but it could also break at random too, so you gotta watch out for that. But anyway, so that's everything we can do there. What else can we do with the magic key? Where do we go next? Why did it take me 7 years to beat the game? Find out next time on Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3! This is HC Bailey, signing off. Have a good day!